This is Jerry back with that Theatrically Jerry. I had a subscriber ask me to do a tutorial on Code's Victory 3. They want to know how to create a chase. So I've set up a simple 3-par light system that's going to be over here on the right that you're not going to see yet, as well as our Code Victory 3 here. Now, in order to create a chase, you do need cues. So you're going to create a cue list. So select whatever fixtures you want. Like I said, I have these 3 pars set up, and it's important to select the direction of the fixtures when you're creating a chase. So I went from left to right, or you could go from right to left, which would have them go backwards, obviously. But selecting the fixtures in Code matters. If I were to have selected the middle one, then my middle par would start first, which I don't really want for a classic chase look. But anyways, after that, you're going to want to create a look with your lights. So I'm going to bring my dimmer to full. And then I'm going to go over to color mix, and we're going to start with red. So I have red at full. Now that is going to be cue number 1. In order to do that, you're going to hit this button over here. It says Save to Cue. When you hit Save to Cue, you're going to be greeted with this menu that says Select a Playback. Record mode, you want Fixture. Playback type, you want Cue List. Alright? I'm going to save it to Playback 1 on Code Victory 3. So in order to do that, you're going to hit 1, and then you're going to hit 1 again. Now it says your total steps equal 1 up here in the top, which means you do have 1 cue in your cue list. So let's go ahead and create another look. I'm going to release red. We're going to bring up blue at full. This is going to be my next cue. Record mode equals changed attribute, because we are changing an attribute here. So go ahead and hit 1 on your playback. You can hit it just once, otherwise you're gonna record 3 steps, like I just accidentally did here, but I'm glad that I did because I can show you how to fix it by going into Q1 over here. So let's go to Q1 here, hit edit playback, and we're going to delete one of these because we don't need two blues. Okay, so exit out of there, go back to save to cue. We're going to take out blue, and we're going to add green. Record mode equals fixture, playback type equals cue list, hit 1 again. Okay, so we have our 3 steps here to create a classic chase effect. I'm going to go ahead and show you. Q1 is red, Q2 is blue, Q3 is green, and they are all stored on playback 1 here. And if you ever need to see what a cue looks like, a very specific cue, go ahead and select it and just hit edit cue. It will update your lights to that cue, and you can edit the effect, the time, the link, the overlap, everything like that. I'm going to go ahead and hit edit playback again to get back to this menu, because this menu is the one we want to be on. Let me release my lights, they're blinding my eyes. Edit playback here. That looks good. I'm going to exit out. we're going to go to Playback 1 here because we're trying to create a chase. So in order to create a chase, select it, and down here it will say chase mode. It's going to update your type from cuelist to chase. As you can see up here, it is now in chase mode, and Playback 10 doesn't matter, but it's in cuelist mode. So that's how easy it is to create a chase with code Victory 3. It's automatically going to chase and just keep going in a circle, or just an infinite loop, basically. Your link mode you can leave to auto. I am going to show you guys what this looks like because it's not going to look like a classic chase look, and I'm going to tell you why in a second, but you don't really get a chase look with this, and that is because our overlap is at 100%. So all of the cues or steps are basically just running over each other and creating a messy blur of lights. How do we fix that? Well, you're going to hit edit playback again, come into here and hit edit time. So in edit time, fixture overlaps at 100%. Come over here and hit fixture overlap button, 0, enter. Fixture overlap button, 0, enter. Fixture overlap, 0, enter. And also, I don't want a fade in or a fade out time, so I can select my out fade, 0, and my fade in, 0. Now they're all zeroed out. I'm going to hit return, and return, we don't need to be in there. I'm going to take this out, hit clear. Now let's see kind of what the chase looks like now that I've updated it. Now that's a classic chase. Red, blue, green. They're all updating, as you can see, from left to right. Blue, green. Red, blue, green. I would like to extend the amount of time each cue is on because these are going pretty quick, so you can't really get a good idea of how it's working. But let's go ahead and update that so we can kind of slow it down so you can see the chase a lot slower. So in order to get more of a classic chase effect where each individual LED par here is lit up, we're going to need to slow down our cue. And in order to do that, you're going to hit edit playback again. Go into edit time. Make sure your delay in and fade in are 0, and your out fade is 0, and your fixture overlap and snap percent are at 0. To get a more classic chase effect, we need to slow this down, like I said, so our out delay needs to be at a higher percentage that you can pick any you want. I picked 3 seconds for this video. We're going to go ahead and see what this looks like now that we have slowed down the chase effect. We're going to come over here, and I'm going to go ahead and initiate playback 1. So we got red, 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 blue, 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 green, green, green. So we're getting that chase effect that we want. And there is a little hack that you can do if you want to speed this up without having to mess around with the time settings again. And I'm going to show you that right now. So playback 1, if you look here, it says level, cross, and speed. Well, speed's set to 1. So if you select this and it's yellow like that, you can go ahead and use your your rotary dial here, and you can actually bump the speed up. So as you can see, the closer to 0 you get, the faster the effect's going to be. And the higher up you go, the slower it's going to be. So let's go ahead and see what that does when I hit it, set it to 0. It was at 1. So it's almost an instant just color change. I'm going to set it to 1 second, which is our default. So we've slowed it down quite a bit. Let's try 0.5 seconds. That's a much faster chase. Let's try 0.3 seconds. An even faster chase. Now let's do a very slow chase. I'm going to set it to 4 seconds. So that actually adds the next color into it. And we'll go back to our default of 1 second for the playback speed. And basically, that is how you create a chase. There is a lot of different options you can, of course, set, like I showed you by hitting edit playback and edit time. You can actually get really advanced with this. You could do your order direction. So right now it's forwards. We can set it backwards by hitting fixture order direction backwards, backwards, and backwards. So now that I have it backwards, it's going to start from the right and go to the left, and I'll show you guys that now. See, it started with the fixture on the right because now it's playing backwards. So that's another thing you can do. It's kind of fun. We can go back in here and you can do dimmer delay, dimmer fade, shutter delay. There's so many different options that Code has given us. Look at all these. Dimmer delay, dimmer fade, shutter fade, tilt delay, tilt fade, pan delay, pan fade, color delay, color fade, color mix delay, color mix fade, gobo delay, gobo fade. So you can pretty much fade all of your attributes and also delay them. Like, they're going to give you the option to do all that. Even the control, you can set your delay or your fade for, or your effects for. So this is a very important area that you're going to use a lot, especially if you want to get a very specific look for your lights. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this quick tutorial on Code's Victory 3 light console. This was showing you just quickly how to add a chase effect, because like I said, I did have a subscriber ask me how to do it, and I am willing to show you guys tutorials. So consider this one of the many tutorials on Code Victory 3. If you're interested in more tutorials, go ahead and leave a comment or question down below, and I can try to make a tutorial specific to the Victory 3 because that is the console I am running currently. If you have any questions or comments on lighting in general, you can go ahead and leave them down below as well. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I love seeing thumbs up on my videos, so if you feel like this was worth watching, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy stage lighting, DJ lighting, equipment, atmospherics, go ahead and subscribe to my channel at Theatrically Jerry. I do have a lot of videos currently on fixtures as well as atmospherics and equipment, so there's a lot to look at. Thank you guys for watching.